Guys, I've just finished the average rider versus World Cup track with Jack Piercy. So this is the end of Loudenvielle, and I am so stoked. Honestly, that ride with Jack was the best part of the weekend. I had the best fun. It was awesome, and I think this kind of reminded me of why I'm doing it this year, and kind of doing my own thing and like doing that content. Just brings me a lot of joy. It was awesome. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did from home, and that this content works for you. And always just, leave a message, leave a comment, just let me know what you want to see more of, less of, whatever, because I think the more I enjoy doing this, the more you're going to be getting, but I also want to make sure that I'm doing the stuff that you guys enjoy. Anyways, just wanted to share this. Let's go for in between the races, Loudenvielle to Leogang. My accommodation finished too early in Loudenvielle, so I had to finish editing the average rider versus World Cup track at McDonald's. Not ideal. However, a few days after, I went and picked up a Scott Gambler 2026, which I was super excited about. This bike looks sick, and also I haven't had a downhill bike in 10 years, so I was so excited. I am not sponsored by Scott at this stage, however, I am doing some videos at the World Cups for them, and that was part of the payment package. So I'm en route to Sölden, a resort in Austria, which apparently is like magnificent. Beautiful trails, they're opening a new jump trails, brand new for this year, so I'm going to go and check it out before I head to Schladming, where basically the whole World Cup circuit is to ride, because Schladming is sick and it's great training for Leogang. Anyways, thought I would take a bit of time to reflect on the World Cup just gone in Loudenvielle. Loudenvielle was, let's say, a bit different. First of all, I think there's a conversation to be had on like tracks. So a lot of athletes were a bit complaining like, look, the track blown out so hard that it was kind of like really hard to ride and potentially dangerous because people were crashing a lot. Some of the best in the world crashed that weekend. So I don't know. I think there's a conversation to be had about like, should World Cup tracks be that blown out or open to the public the whole year? I don't know, maybe not. It's kind of an interesting topic because the track was completely different from day one to race day. I personally find it to be actually quite interesting. Like, obviously you want to remove as much danger as you can, like you don't want to see heaps of crashes, but I think it really mixed up the field. Let's say people that didn't crash were like maybe just kind of holding off the gas a little bit, which is, to me, super interesting. It's not just who's going to pin it the hardest. So actually, I don't know. I thought it was interesting, and it makes a result that we've never really seen before in terms of who won. So that was pretty sick. I mean, for the men, that is, because for the women, Valley basically smashed everyone. Gracie's there. The usual contenders are here, but for the men, it was definitely like a big shuffle up, which is sick. Also, I guess one thing that was really interesting from this race is that the three biggest contenders for the title potentially, Asa, Bruni, Jackson, and Till as well, all crashed. Like Jackson and Bruni didn't even make the final, which is insane because that means that it reshuffles everything completely. Like, we don't really know what this season is going to look like yet, because Bruni and Jackson may very well come back, but they're starting with like quite the handicap, and then we're seeing like Lucas Shaw and Benoit Coulange like kind of at top of the ratings. So I think this year it might not be who's the fastest, but who can manage to stay consistent and stay in this kind of like top 5-6 the whole season long without really missing any points. I think it might be up to that. I mean, Jackson can always come back, but he's already 2 races where he's scored basically bugger all points. So I don't know. I find it to be super interesting, and I think who's going to win this season is going to be someone that can stay very consistent. So I mean, Bruni's already lost a race, but I'm thinking Troy, I'm thinking Luca. Like, Bruni is like one of those guys. So it'll be very interesting to see if that's actually what's happening. That was kind of like my reflection on Loudenvielle. It's one more thing as well I find is that it's very unlike Jackson to be doing 2 mistakes back to back on a run that counts. Like, it's just not really him. He doesn't never make mistake, but like, I think he can hit it when it counts, and this weekend it just didn't. There was like a big miss on both of his runs. So I wonder if like he's feeling the pressure of, you know, being the top dog. Like, can he deliver this year? Like, is he mentally just a bit like in a different headspace than he was last year? I find that really interesting. I don't really know. I don't have the answer, but I think there might be a bit of that in the way Jackson has been riding over the last couple of races, and maybe he'll pick back up, you know, win them all. But I think there's a lot of contention this year, and it'll be very interesting to see. Anyways, I'm heading to Sölden, and then I'm going to try to do an average rider versus pro rider video with Andy Kolb. We'll see how that goes. It's kind of like weather dependent because it's not looking very good, the weather there at the moment. But yeah, basically that. We'll go riding of the pros. So yeah, let's get into it. So after 10 hours of driving, I got to Sölden. To be completely honest with you, I didn't really like Sölden. The views are second to none, to be fair. It's an amazing looking resort, however, do not go there with a downhill bike. Trail bikes only. The top section is very nice looking, however the trails are really for beginners. So maybe if you have a partner that doesn't ride a mountain bike much and you want to take them there, it's a great option. If you're a family, great. If you're an advanced rider, I would not recommend. All the trails are way too easy. Get out of my way. However, they have this new jump line that's been talked about a lot online. You probably have seen the videos somewhere on your socials, so I did go and test it out to see what it was worth. Okay guys, let me try the new jump line at Sölden. It's been talked about online quite a bit, so come and check it out. I believe it's training for this season. Pretty sick jump. But you can't find it everywhere in Europe, to be fair. Yo, that's cool. Oh, the triple. It's a bit fresh still, so I can get a bit of speed, but get there in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Oh, gotta hit the rock. Oh, bit tight there. It's pretty sick. It's fresh. It's not been yet. Another triple, short. Rocking my brand new Scott Gambler, which I've actually really enjoyed. It's been amazing. It's so long since I've had it down the bike. Honestly, it makes so much difference. Bit tired, eh? I'm doing some cool, I've put in some instructions. Sick. It's pretty accessible, it's all tables. Not roll at all, which is sick for everyone. But I guess I wouldn't call it like a pro line. It's like a really good intermediate line. Yoo-hoo! Whoa, look down there. Dangers of cliffs better on that line. That's it. New jump line. A Sölden bike park. I recommend going if you want to jump. Otherwise, maybe don't bother. After spending 60 euros at Sölden, it was time to head for Schladming, the mountain bike paradise in Austria. Basically the whole World Cup circuit was there before heading to Leogang, so I had the chance to ride with people like Joe Breeden and Henry Kiefer and some other lads. Well, I mean, when I say ride with, I said ride behind, and not for very long. However, hyper fun day in Schladming. I would highly recommend going if you're in the area. There's not that many tracks and it's all pretty hard, but if you're an experienced rider, it's amazing. The tracks are well built, there's a lot of speed, some huge jumps that are actually quite safe. It's honestly amazing to ride.
Yo! Sick! Fuck, Jack, that pool was epic. That pool was sick.
I was in Schladming for 3 days and honestly by the end I was absolutely ruined. All my muscles were aching and I couldn't really keep riding anymore. This track here is called 99 jumps and probably does have 99 jumps actually. It's super long and you have like hips, tables, doubles. I guess it's more of an advanced trail, but it's really epic. Not quite A-line I would say from a build perspective, but probably the closest you get to A-line in Europe, to be fair. So just in general, I would say if you're around the Schladming area, definitely go there for the day. I also would mention that it holds the rain very well, so you can actually ride in Schladming when it's wet. In my opinion, it's even better.
Fuck, it's soft, eh? Whoa!
Okay guys, I'm about to head to Leogang now. The weather is not looking so good, which I'm not super happy about, but I guess it's just what it is. Quick notes on things that happened over the last couple of weeks. I picked up a new downhill bike, as you've seen in the video, and honestly, it's the best thing I've ridden in years. Like, I haven't had a downhill bike for like 10 years because, you know, we've been told, oh, enduro bike's enough to ride bike parks, so you only need one bike, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you, this is actual like bullcrap. You do, if you ride any kind of bike park or something that's big enough to ride a downhill bike, buy yourself a downhill bike. Honestly, it's the most fun I've had in years. Like, you can kind of like skim through rocks and like sketchy gaps. It's super forgiving. It just puts you into so much confidence. The only downside though is like you go way quicker than you would with a like trail bike. And I don't have it on camera, but I coped a huge slam in Schladming, which probably would have been higher speed than if I was on a trail bike. But anyways, downhill bikes are absolutely sick, and if you think you don't need one, well, you're probably wrong. Second thing I wanted to touch base on is, this is not sponsored in any way. I'm a bigger guy, so I'm about 95 kilos, I don't know what that is in pounds. I'm a bigger guy, and you know, stopping power has always been a bit of an issue. I've always been a bit of a Shimano fanboy, like I've always loved Shimano stuff, and the XT were like my go-to. However, on my new bikes, both bikes, they came with Mavens, silver I believe, the middle level, and the stopping power on the Mavens is actually incredible. To me, it is a game changer for heavier riders. Like, doesn't heat up, you know, when you get to the bottom of the run, you don't have to force more on the brakes, it's like getting hot. Yeah, it stops. Like the power that it delivers is actually insane. Also some arm pumps, obviously, because you don't have to press the levers hard. The Shimano tends to fade away with the heat. You know, you kind of like the bite point changes. The Maven doesn't do that. Honestly, it's an amazing brake, and I've been a detractor of SRAM brakes for quite a while because I hated them. Also, I hated bleeding them, but now they're mineral oil, so that whole system's changed. I would say if you're a bigger rider or you're looking for new pair of brakes, I would definitely consider the Mavens because, I mean, in my experience, they're above anything I've tested before. And I believe the pairs are, like, if you don't get the top model, they're actually somewhat affordable. So, good one to look into. Yeah, so heading to Leogang. There's going to be a whole lot of content. I'm doing Wind TV this week at Leogang, so there's going to be a bit less content on my side, but that's okay. And then we going into Lenzo Haida, then Angio in Italy, and then heading to Andorra for the end of that first stint. Thank you for tuning in, and watching my videos. The support has been incredible. So keep doing that, keep sharing, keep liking, and if you're a brand that's interested in supporting the channels, please get in touch. I will see you guys in Leogang. See ya.